Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind Meditation. Our teacher this week is Michael Beckwith. And the title of today's message is Let Your Inner Being Be Your Grounding and Your Guidance. I think that the title could be turned around as well to say the same thing. May you find that your grounding and your guidance is in your inner being, comes from that inner place. So let's get into today's message. Let's see what this is about. The world around us always has been, always will be, in a constant state of change. And if our being happy is dependent upon things always being the way we like it, then it is likely that we will never actually be happy. Danae, a very good morning. Hello, it's great to see you. If happiness is something that is waiting for you around some distant corner somewhere in the future, when finally things have come together in the way you want, then I want you to know this, then happiness will always slip from your grasp. Michael Beckwith says it this way. He says, authentic happiness comes from being in conscious connection with our inner being rather than a dependency on outer things and outer circumstances, which are constantly in a state of flux. Of course, the outer circumstances will always be changing. He says, stop the mental chatter about what's wrong and what is not complete. There is a presence of love that is seeking to express itself through you, now, constantly, always. Hey Linda, good morning. Great seeing you. Hello. Welcome to this beautiful Wednesday. One more thought from Michael Beckwith. He says, if the grass is greener somewhere else, then start watering your own lawn right here, right now. The grass is always greener where you water it, right? Happiness does not come from having what you want. It is the way we tend to think about this. I'll be happy when this works out. I'll be happy when I have that. Happiness does not come from having what you want. Happiness comes from wanting what you have. It almost sounds the same. You can hear that it's turned around. But I'd love you to take a moment with this. Take a moment to sit with this thought. I'll read it again and see how it feels to you. Charlene, a very good morning. Anthony, good morning. Hello, beautiful humans. It's lovely to see you on this beautiful Wednesday. Right, let's go through this thought again. Happiness does not come from having what you want. Happiness comes from wanting what you have. Happiness comes from looking at your ever-changing environment and deciding, this is the choice that we have to make. Looking at your environment, the ever-changing environment, and deciding, I choose this. Here where I am, the way things are, at this moment, I choose this. And I can be okay no matter the change in weather because I am grounded in the presence of my mountain. So water your own lawn. Foster your own connection with the immovable nature of your being. It is an inside job, learning to be okay no matter what external circumstances we are facing. Let your inner being be the thing that grounds you, the thing that guides you. So of course, today's meditation is called I Am the Mountain. If you're ready, you can close your eyes and we'll slip away together, starting with the first few big breaths. Here we go. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. We have all been in the presence of a mountain before. While you continue your full body breathing, feeling your body rise with every inhale and feeling into the softening of your body with every exhale. Remind yourself of being in the presence of a mountain. What does it feel like to stand at the foot of those cliffs and look up in awe of this presence? Imagine for a moment watching over this mountain, or being this mountain, watching over the landscape for thousands, for millions of years. What are all of the things that this mountain would have seen come and also go? And for all the things that came and went, it needed no interference from the mountain. The mountain did not have to make anything go. In an ever-changing environment, things tend to come and go of their own accord. Especially watch around the mountain the human busyness. Humans scurrying around like ants. And most of what the humans brought was not permanent either. Most of what the humans brought also left again. Watching the world around it for millennia, would the mountain have a deep sense of what is important and what is just not? Now there's a part of you that is like this mountain. It has seen everything come and seen everything go, or most of it anyway. There is a deep part of you that has the wisdom of this mountain, that deeply knows what is important and what is just not. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch and adjust and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles. Forward and to the left. Forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left. Lean your upper body over to the right. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. having softened our bodies into a state of presence. We can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, bring closer once more the image of your mountain. Take your next big breath. want to invite you to be as open and as playful with this experience as you possibly can be. Lean into your imagination and invite the child in you to come and play along. We're going to start this journey by visualizing our mountain and visualizing the life on our mountain. This visualization exercise is really helpful. What the visualization does is it helps lower your brain waves. You can think of it like when you go to bed at night and eventually fall asleep, you go from a wakeful state to a sleeping state, right? And sometimes in the sleeping state, you dream and you see imagery. What happens in that process is your brain waves have come down from beta to alpha as you get ready to go to bed, and slipping into a deeper alpha state while you're in bed. As you fall asleep, your brain waves go lower into a theta state. Now the truth is, our brain waves can go up and down even while we're awake. We don't have to be asleep for our brain waves to go that low. So when you close your eyes and visualize, you're helping this process along. You're helping your brain waves become slower and lower, and what that means is it gives you more access to your subconscious. It helps you kind of decide what you want your subconscious to absorb. Because in this lower brainwave state, you also have more neural plasticity. So come along for the ride. Lean into the imagery. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, once again, zoom out from your mountain, see it from top to bottom, and fly around it for a moment. What does your mountain look like? Is it 100% full of vegetation? Or is it completely rocky, nothing grows there? Or is it somewhere in between? What does that picture look like? Take your next big breath. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, we're focusing on the plants of your mountain. Find a plant growing on your mountain. Focus on this plant with as much clarity as your mind allows. There's no rule for how good you have to be at visualizing. You simply have to be open to trying to see this plant on your mountain. As you take your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, zoom in as close to this plant as you can. See as much detail as possible. Zoom all the way into a leaf and see if you can see the edges of this leaf and the veins in this leaf. Take your next big breath. Then we'll shift our attention to the animals on your mountain. Find an animal that lives on this mountain and see how much detail your mind can add to it. Zoom all the way in. How clearly can you see the patterns in the fur of this animal? Can you zoom in all the way to the hair and see the texture? Even see the individual hairs. Take your next big breath. And then we'll shift our attention to the birds on your mountain. Find the most beautiful bird that lives on your mountain and zoom all the way in. See the wing, see the colors, the patterns on this wing. Zoom all the way into a feather. And see if your mind will give you the most intricate detail on this feather. Take your next big breath. Now let's embody again this mountain, the space, the energy of this mountain. What would it feel like to sit as a mountain, basking in the sunlight, being the home to all of this life that we were just observing? How does a mountain feel? Take your next big breath. And if clouds were to roll in and obscure the sunlight, and instead of sitting in the sun, the mountain's now sitting in the shade, and And if from these clouds it starts to rain, and instead of basking in the sun, the mountain is now drenched in rain, with drops turning into rivulets and streams on its surface, how much resistance would this mountain put up? Would anything in this mountain feel that the weather should be any different? How does the mountain feel about the change in weather? Take your next big breath. And what if it doesn't just stay a bit of rain? The sun goes down and the wind picks up. What was just rain now turns into a full-blown storm. The face of your mountain is lashed with wind and water, and it is loud. There is a howling loudness around every corner. The mountain sits in pitch black darkness, pounded by the elements. The occasional lightning strike and crash of thunder lights up the world like daylight for just a moment. As the mountain sits and looks around at this display of Mother Nature, how much resistance does the mountain put up to dealing with this storm? Take your next big breath. And as the next morning breaks with clear skies, the storm has moved on just like the mountain knew it would. How does the mountain feel about the first rays of sunlight caressing its face? Take your next big breath. We'll take just one more big breath together to slip out of the breath holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back, even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. As I read to you one more time, these few thoughts from Michael Beckwith. He says, authentic happiness comes from being in conscious connection with our inner being. Happiness does not come from our dependency on outer things and circumstances, which will always be changing. He says, stop the mental chatter about what is wrong, what is not complete. There is a presence of love that is always seeking to express itself through you. And then the last thought from Michael Beckwith for today is, if the grass is greener somewhere else, then start watering your own lawn right where you are. The truth is, if happiness is something that is waiting for you around some distant corner somewhere in the future, when finally things have come together in the way you want, then I want you to know this. And happiness will always be slipping from your grasp. Happiness does not come from having what you want. Because as soon as we get what we want, well, then we want something else, don't we? Doesn't mean we shouldn't want, but we should really understand that happiness does not come from getting what we want. Happiness comes from wanting what you have. Happiness comes from looking around you at your ever-changing environment and deciding, I choose this. Eckhart Tolle always says, accept the present moment as if you had chosen it. Happiness comes from looking around and saying, I choose this. And I can be okay no matter the change in weather because I am grounded in the presence of the mountain. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how to live closer to the presence of my mountain. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning this lesson deeply. That no matter how much I find my way to getting what I want, setting the goal, working for it, making the change, and getting the thing that I want, learning the lesson deeply, that never brings lasting happiness. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning this lesson deeply, that the only lasting happiness I have ever been able to find was when I can find a way to be happy even if I'm in the middle of circumstances that I don't want. Because if I can find my way to be happy in the middle of circumstances that I don't want, then lasting happiness will follow me as I work my way towards the things that I want. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how to open my arms with acceptance to choosing this, to the idea of choosing this, even if these are not really the circumstances I want. But learning to look around me and go, you know what? Here where I am, how things are, I am deciding that I choose this. Of course, I'm working for the next thing. Of course, I'm working to make things better. But I'm going to decide to choose this right now so that I can have peace right now, so that I can find happiness right now. And then, as I continue to work for the new that I'm creating, peace and happiness will follow me. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for spending a bit of time on the mountain with us. Good morning, Maggie. It's lovely seeing you. Hello. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Danae. Wishing you all the most beautiful day. Thank you, Linda. Lots of love to all of you. Ciao, ciao.